365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe, and everything you need to know and see about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else, okay? This is a general read. This is not a personal read, okay? So everything you need to know is in the description below. Please remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. Hope you all are doing wonderful. Hope you're feeling safe. Hope you're high vibing. Well, I'm out and about, and I always keep something on me. I always keep something in my arsenal, because in these cosmic streets, you must keep something in your arsenal. And so I was in the middle of doing something, and Spirit wanted me to stop, and I was conveyed to deliver a message. Be mindful of fighting resistance in your life, on your path, in your journey. Be mindful. Give me 3 cards to convey this message that you want me to share with the collective. Be mindful whenever there's a change possibly taking place in your life, and being resistant of that change, okay? Be mindful, collective. Source wants you to not box with change, There are some things that are in our control, and then there are some things that are out of our control. The Spirit is saying for you to be willing to accept the change that is taking place in your life. Your story is different for everyone, especially any change or shift that is for your highest good. Spirit wants you to be mindful, of not resisting, because there could be many different repercussions for resisting change, And even when we don't see the picture at the beginning of the situation, everything is not for us to be privy to. There are times and spaces and places where we will not be able to know, every part of the story, how things are going to play out, where, when, and who or how. But it's a good time and a good idea to learn how to be in the flow whenever change is presented to you. And Spirit is saying, especially whenever new energy is being presented to you, you could have people around you. This is for someone offering you or trying to pique your interest in a new direction. And Spirit wants you to be aware of not becoming maybe I don't know, maybe like upset or angry because someone is offering an idea or a new opinion to you. I'm here on the planet Earth. You never know where your gold lies. And so we have to be mindful as humans, planet here. We have to be mindful of being resistant to everything. We all have free will. We can do whatever we want, whatever we choose. But we have to be mindful too, always being resistant to everything, especially if it's something positive. We have to be mindful of that, okay? And so Spirit wants you to be mindful with the Knight of Swords here, of having the energy of wanting to be in a maybe combative or wanting to fight or not listen, or not having understanding, basically not having an empty cup. It's like I say when I come on, make sure you have an empty cup when you're on this channel and you want to see what's up. Well, what I'm saying is, tarot is really just a tool. It's not the final rule in your life. You can utilize it for entertainment if you choose so, or you can take the messages and transmute it for your highest good. But Spirit wants you to not always be in fight mode. This is for someone, to not always be in the energy of thinking someone is out to get you. Maybe you're someone who watch a lot of tarot readings, or you could be into spirituality or some kind of spiritual practice. You could be at the beginning stage, but either way, Spirit does not want you thinking or assuming that everyone is out to get you. Someone is always manipulating energy against you. You have to release your paranoia and your anxiety. That's for someone, okay? And so, because you do not want to, you never know where your goal lies. Spirit is saying you do not want to block off or resist the wrong energy. You could be someone who have lots of desires or lots of goals and dreams and aspirations that you're trying to bring into fruition. And you could be at a point in your life, you're like, hey, well, when is this going to happen? And Source is saying, we've heard your prayer. We're hearing your petition, but you have to be mindful of pushing the opportunity away when it comes to you. Just because it does not look like what you want it to look like doesn't mean that you're not able to conquer your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. You could be trying to manifest a relationship, whether it's marriage, whether it's just a partner, maybe someone just to date or spend time with. But Spirit is saying be mindful. I mean, you can have your type. I'm not saying that. You can have your type, but be mindful of pushing away and not trying new people, places, and things. And I'm speaking of things of high vibrational, things that are inspirational, things that are uplifting, things that will propel you forward in your life for your greatest good, regarding you and your family or your children, if you are a parent or if you're not. So it's okay. You have free will to choose as you please, but Spirit is saying be careful. Excuse me, with the belch, that's confirmation of turning away the wrong person in the wrong energy or the wrong opportunity. Because there is someone, they're like a stickler. Okay, that's the word Spirit is saying. They're very strict when it comes to what they want, how it's going to be done, what it has to look like, how should they speak, how should they look, how should they talk, what it costs, what it's going to do when people look at it. And Spirit is saying, we're constantly in the energy of evolution as humans. And so it's quite difficult to be a human here on planet Earth and to constantly resist change. How can you resist change when we're in the bubble of change constantly? Energetically, spiritually, in the physical as well. We're in evolution consistently. So it could be quite different. I mean, different and difficult for a person if they choose to resist change so much in their life, meaning you want to do everything the same way every day, all the time, your entire life. It doesn't make sense. It's quite impossible. And those who choose to do that, you really diminish your opportunities. Diminish, okay, if that is a word, if I'm using the right one. Spirit is saying diminishing, and you're depleting your options and opportunities in life, okay? May even shorten your lifespan, okay? Ooh, all right, Spirit. And so it's time for you to be mindful of these things, okay? It's time to let go of judgment. You can have your opinion. Yes, you can make your own choices, but let go of judgment, okay? You never know. You could be trying to manifest a new job, a new career. A total stranger could have the networking connections for you to get that application pulled, or, maybe you're trying to get into some kind of apprentice program, some kind of training program that leads to full-time employment with benefits somewhere for some kind of company or organization. That's for someone's trying to maybe get into some kind of factory position. You never know. A total stranger could be bringing you a blessing or a lesson. But Spirit is saying be mindful of just turning away everyone and everything and shutting everything out. Always use your discernment. That's not what we're saying. It's not what Spirit is saying. Always use your discernment, but be mindful of pushing everything away, because you'll send out the signal that you want to stay stagnant, that you want to stay placent. And so you have to be willing to take a risk, meaning you don't have to drop all your guards, but if you've got 8 of them, you can at least drop one and give something a try, something different in your life a try. For example, when you go out to dinner, you may always order lemonade, and instead of lemonade, your entire life you've been ordering lemonade. Okay, I'll use this for an example. But you go out to dinner and one evening you say, you know what? Do you have any tea? Do you have any orange leaf tea? Which is so delicious if you ever tried it, Collector. You have any orange leaf tea? I'll try that. Yes, give me that with no sugar. That kind of thing. Trying something different, one thing at a time in your own way. You'll be surprised of what opportunities and options that will just open up to you. And you'll come to a realization as you move forward that this favor, these opportunities, the blessings, those things you've been trying to manifest and create has always been there. Spirit is saying these things that you are asking for, this is for some people out there, not a person. Those things that you are asking for is already here. It's already happening. It's already present. Everything right here at the same time. It's happening. It is present, but you have to shift your perception and be willing to let your guard down, be willing to try something different, and be willing not to shun everyone. There are people who are really, they're very stricken when it comes to their habits. There are people who won't be seen with certain people. If you look a certain way, they will like banish you, or they don't want you around them. Yes, there's people like that. And so Spirit is saying it's time to be mindful, because you never know where your goal lies. So whoever you are who is wondering why something isn't popping, and Spirit is saying it's here. It's here, but you have to shift your perception, do something different. Maybe you need to network or communicate with someone of a different stature or status, someone who you maybe usually wouldn't mingle with. And this is not about using anyone, but this is all about, we all are connected in one way or another. That's why we all are mirrors to each other. We all are here to play a bigger part for a bigger whole. We all have our own purpose and our own mission, but we are all connected in one way or another. So Spirit wants you to be mindful, because there's someone who is growing frustrated of waiting, frustrated of feeling like their prayers aren't being heard, their petition is not being received, or maybe you are doing a ritual and you're like, what's happening? Spirit is saying it is here. We just need you to shift your perception, okay? And not in a bad way. They're not talking about using anyone or going out lurking to see what you can get, but they're saying simple things, like going places maybe you've never been, that never interest you. Maybe you're from a family or a background that maybe never got out the house often. Okay, it happens. There are some children who don't have the opportunity to go out and have leisure activities and leisure hobbies. Every family is different. And so depending on your upbringing, there could be some things that have been imprinted on your soul, on your spirit, and which triggers, the mind, the ego, to tell you what you can't do, or no, that doesn't interest me. When in reality, you need to say, no, get out of here, ego, because you're directing me the wrong way. Your ego will tell you some ish that is not true and have you stagnant. But you have to be willing to work on yourself and do the work. Very few want to do the work. People are more interested in chaos, negativity, who's fighting who, what's going on with celebrities. We're so interested in everything that's going on outside of us instead of maintaining what's going on inside of us individually. We're concerned with everyone else's life, their business, who they're doing, who they're screwing, where they working, but when it comes to thyself, knowing thyself, and growing and maturing and being happy, because heaven ain't hard to find. As the late great Tupac said it to you in his rhyme, heaven is really not hard to find. It's all present right in front of you. And the saddest thing is that many self-sacrifice themselves and refuse to do the work. They receive the call, but they will not answer. They will not answer. I've had some people actually admit, I've heard it several times, of people saying what the issue is, like breaking it down to me like a confession, like, well, this is what it is, and this is why I don't so and so. I know I can, but so on many levels, like, wow, really? So the answer to the problem, but you're just going to continue your life and say, woe is me, and stay in a pity party. Spirit doesn't want you to do that. Your ancestors doesn't want you to do that neither, okay? You are put here with purpose, okay? And so the next card I have here is the Page of Wands, okay? So it is time for you to study yourself, become a student of yourself, being curious, being willing to, even if you are a teacher, a great teacher is willing to be a student when necessary, okay? A great teacher is willing to be a student when necessary. Why? Because of what I just stated. We are always in the energy of evolution. We're constantly going through change. So things are what? Changing. So you cannot say, oh, well, I went to college and I graduated. I've been teaching 30, 20 years, so I'm the perfect teacher. I'm just using that as an example, because there's many different kinds of teachers, even some who don't attend college, okay? Great teachers. But because we're constantly in this energy of change, things around us, inside and out, are always what? Changing. So a great teacher must be willing to be the student as well. That's for someone out here, okay? Even if you are a parents are teachers, okay? All right. We are the first examples of our children. So you have to be willing to be a student. You have to be willing to want to learn, to want to grow. This is a consistent thing because things are constantly changing. And as I said, it's quite difficult for a person to exist in an environment or a habitat that is constantly changing, but that person wants to change nothing about themselves, nothing about the way they do things, whether it's the way you communicate, talk, walk, weight loss, aesthetics, environment, learning, career, relationships, people, places you go around, your appetite. It doesn't have to be all those things, but I'm just naming a list of things. You can do it in your own way, on your own time, but it's quite difficult. Collective Spirit wants you to marinate on that. You're in a bubble of constant change. Why isn't that you refuse to change what needs to be changed? And it's different for everyone because we all are different people, okay? I know there are some things that I need to work on and change. So as I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself. But Spirit wants me to share this message because there's someone who needs to hear this, okay? And the final card I have, I'm only pulling 3 cards, okay? The next card I have here is the Ace of Swords. And so the Ace of Swords is giving you clarity. This is clarity that you are receiving the confirmation. You are receiving the confirmation to go ahead and be mindful because you never know where your goal lies. Just because something does not look how you expect it, it doesn't mean it's going to arrive that way, because of your expectations, okay? God is good and we live in a plentiful universe. And so you have to be wise enough when you work on knowing yourself and growing inside and outside of yourself. You'll have a respect and an understanding, of why it's important to be able to adapt to many different situations when necessary, not always, but when necessary, okay? And be willing to see all sides of the coin, okay? Especially when you're trying to create or build a life for yourself or for your family. You have to do something different. You can't exist and hang around the same people and do the same old thing. It would be quite difficult for a person to want something different and do the same old thing. That's just foolish, For the dog that chases its tail will be dizzy, And so you don't want to cause that and inflict that onto yourself. Life is good. God is good. We live in a plentiful universe. There is plenty. There's many opportunities. We are in the energy of creation. You should be building or creating something constantly. People are building and creating every day, taking nothing and changing it into something. And so who says that you can't do it? Who is saying that you can't be successful? Who is telling you that you're not good enough? I mean, who is telling you you don't fit in? There's a crowd, audience, and there's a tribe for every one of us. Okay. So who's ever, maybe speaking, projecting, or whispering any kind of negativity in your ear, telling you what you can't do, they're a lie. Don't believe the lies. Don't believe the lies, man. They're all lies, okay? All right, I had to raise up for that. Don't believe the lies. Do not believe it. Do not fall for the hoopla because you're more than good enough and all great things are possible. All great things are possible and constantly flowing on to me. Okay, and that's a great affirmation if you want to use that for yourself. Okay, so yeah, I was busy doing some things and Spirit said, and I stepped outside, from where I was at, and I was like, Spirit like, go do a read. I'm like, do a read. And as usual, so I follow the rules, and because if you don't, it'll keep knocking at you until you do it. So you can ignore it, but it won't go away until you get it done. But yeah, that's for someone. There's people who really want to act on some things, on some goals, on some ambition. They're too concerned, worried about what people think, what it's going to look like. Who cares? Who cares? Let me tell you something. I had that problem one time in my life. And I was out walking, getting me some exercising in, just strolling on a beautiful day. And the download was pull your phone out. I'm like, pull my phone out. Because I had my earbuds in and I was listening to my music. I'm walking, I'm jamming it, right? Getting a good sweat on and everything. Yeah. I'm like, pull my phone out for what? Spirit say, now turn the camera on. Now, where I was at, there was a whole lot of people. Because I had a problem with people staring. I don't give a damn, and now I ain't caring. You hear me? It was, and when I say a whole lot of people, I'm talking about people swarming like at a festival or something. You know how there's a lot of crowds like at a festival, at a like event like that. Spirit say, pull that, and I'm already breathing hard because I'm trying to catch my breath. I have my water with me, but I'm like, pull my camera out. I'm like, I said, oh, here it go. Here it go. That's that spiritual nudge. I didn't disregard it. I'm like, pull my camera. And I just kept hearing it. Pull your camera out. Press play. Pull your camera out. And I did it. I did it. And I sat there for like, ooh-wee, I think 30 minutes talking and just filming. Talking. I don't even know what I was talking about, but it's somewhere in the archives. I got a lot of videos. You know, you got to work on those things that are bothering you. You know, if it's confidence, if you don't like people staring at you, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself if that's it for you. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Be about it. Challenge yourself. If it's someone in your ear, maybe it could be a friend, a family member, a neighbor, a coworker. Is this someone always in your ear saying something negative, telling you what you can't do, or always complaining? Guess what? Separate from them. Be busy. Don't even entertain them and tell them nothing of what you're doing. But you have to take action. You know, everyone else is living their life. Everybody else is popping their ish and living their life and getting to the goal. You know, like hockey, you know, they getting to the goal. That puck is hitting the goal every time. People are living their best life, being happy. And as I usually tell you, I'm pretty sure no matter who you are, you want at least a little bit, you know, of happiness, of joy, of peace, or at least a feeling before you perish from planet Earth to say, I did that. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself for not giving up on me. I'm so proud of myself for not listening to people. Whether it's a past relationship, you know, you may be in a connection with someone who plays, you know, who talks down on you. You know, you have to get out of that connection. You can't stay and point your finger and tell them how to talk to you. No, they're showing you who they are, as Maya Angelou say. They're showing you who they are. And if they're showing you who they are, believe them and move the hell on, you know. I mean, you remove, you know, the wrong people out of your life, you know, God and the universe, your ancestors, all them guys, the whole team. They'll put the right people in your path. You'd be very surprised. You'd be very shocked, but you have to elevate out of love. You have to vibrate out of love. You have to change your whole mindset, but not just your mental. You got to do it in the physical. You know, it's like a thought process, and you got to apply it practically. You got to put the practical work in. You got to do it in the physical. You can talk the talk, but you really got to walk the walk. You got to do both. You writing a petition, you praying, you know, you manifesting, you doing your affirmations. You got to do something in the physical. You got to put action towards it. And we all know that happiness and you know, success looks different according to each and every one of us. It's different. It's not the same. And that's okay. It's supposed to be, because we all are uniquely, individually, divinely created. Yes, I'm going to say it. So success and happiness looks different. To some people, success is money. To the next person, success is a peace of mind. And then to somebody else, success may be to be world renowned. Then to somebody else may be to maybe live as a minimalist. Someone who doesn't require much, but knows how to find happiness within. There's a lot I can go on and on. Success may be to some people owning a bunch of cars. Success may be to some people maybe having a successful business. It's different for everybody, and it's supposed to be. Your happiness, your success, your journey is supposed to be different from someone else's. And I said I was going to pull no more cards, but I'm going to pull another card because I'm here, and why not? Why not? Why the fudge not? Why the fudge not? Why the fudge not? Okay. Card I have here is the Two of Cups. Okay, so you are looking for equal reciprocity, someone to exchange with. Whether this is romantic, whether this is business-wise, whether this is in friendship, whether this is just in life overall, in all things. balance, reciprocity, respect, equal give and take if you are going to connect with someone. If it's not lifting you up, if it's not encouraging you, you have no business collective meshing with it. You have no business meshing with it. If you choose to do so, you are sacrificing yourself. You are offering yourself as a self-sacrifice. You are putting yourself on a platter. And you're also telling the universe that I don't want what is for me. That I'm going to come back again and do this again. I'm going to come back and do this again. You got people who are willing to sacrifice themselves for a lot of things. Unhealthy relationships, unhealthy marriages, unhealthy friendships, jobs that they don't like, that they're miserable on, but they're afraid to leave, because they're not trusting that something else is going to be put in their path. Okay. The next card we have here is the Emperor. All these great cards. Leadership, authority, leadership and authority. And if you want to get to this position, it takes work, but you cannot do it with the wrong energy around you. Having the wrong energy around you will sabotage your opportunity, sabotage your growth, okay? Sabotage your ability to manifest, your self-esteem. So these are things to be mindful of. You can do whatever you choose. It's your life. But someone is tired of waiting. I was told to do this reading because someone is like getting angry, could be possibly losing sleep at night, maybe staying up crying, maybe not eating, feeling like they don't want to be bothered. Time to get out in nature. Doesn't matter whether you have a vehicle or not. Take a walk, Spirit is saying. That's for somebody. Take a walk around the block. Get outside on a daily. Find you something to do. There's a lot of things you can find to do. Okay, so this reading may not be for everybody, so take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else, okay? Never ever force a reading to fit for you. It may be bits and pieces of a read that may fit you. It may be some code or cue words that may resonate with you, and that's fine. That's wonderful. I'm fixing my cards while I'm talking to y'all. But either way, yes. Yeah, don't be tired. Don't be disturbed. Don't be distraught. It is here. Shift your perception, but be willing to do the work. Someone is watching tarot reads and getting frustrated and calling readers fake and calling them liars. I'm not defending everybody, tarot readers, but I'm defending the readers. Yes, I am. Someone is getting frustrated and saying, oh, this isn't real. That isn't possible. Well, it's not possible for you. And maybe it's because your mindset, words are powerful and words are spells. So be mindful. You don't want to cast spells over yourself. All great things are possible and constantly flowing on to me. Okay? See that? But there's someone watching a lot of tarot videos and passing judgment, calling readers fake, saying that people are making up things. And no, Spirit is saying nobody's making up anything. You just have to do the work on yourself, hon. Nobody's making up anything. No one is trying to throw shots at anybody. And if you're taking it personal or you feel triggered, Spirit is saying you're supposed to feel triggered. It's just like going to church. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you have had this experience because I have. Going to church, I don't attend church now, but I have been in church quite a few times, okay? I have visited a lot of churches. Going to church and you feel like the pastor is talking to you, or you feel like maybe someone in your family has told, your business to the pastor, okay? That means what the pastor is saying is resonating with you. He's preaching from the Bible, from the scripture, and there's nothing wrong with the Bible. Very powerful book. The Bible is a very powerful book, okay? And yes, I do believe in God. Yes, I do. But either way, it's just like going to church and you feel like the pastor is talking to you. Just like the readings, you feel that way. It's supposed to trigger you. These things are supposed to trigger you. They're supposed to make you feel some type of way, but not to make you upset. They're supposed to intrigue you, or empower you to want to do something different. And so whenever you're looking at a read, that's what it is. Energy is real. And so that's why you may hear a reader actually, mention something that is currently happening. And on some days you might say, whoa, that really resonates. And the next day you're like, wow, even if it's a general read, that don't resonate. Well, that means it's not for you. But if it does, that's because, your spirit guides, the universe, God, source, Holy Spirit, creator is trying to get your attention. They're trying to reach you. So in order to convey a message to you, they will even send it through a reader, a total stranger who does not even know you, to get the message to you. Okay. And so, that's for somebody out there, because somebody is watching a whole lot of reads and becoming, distracted or thinking that's not real, or that reader's a fake, or they're making this up. No, nobody's making anything up. It is what it is. Okay. And so you're triggered because you're supposed to be inspired. And so there's nothing more or less happening. There are some people who will watch and also take it very personal. If they know the tarot reader personally, oh, he or she is talking about, no, they're not talking about you. Once again, it's supposed to trigger you because there's something that you're supposed to be working on. Okay. And it's not coming from the reader. It's coming from source. It's coming from God. It's coming from your ancestors, And so they want the highest good for you. Once they transition and they move on to another rim and another understanding of themselves and why they were here, blase, blase, that's another video. They want you to live your best life. They want the best for you. No one is always out to get you. I started the reading off with that. So don't assume everyone is out to get you. Everyone is negative. Everyone is bad, because it's just as much negativity that you hear collective. Before I close out, there's triple the amount, maybe quadruple the amount, cinco seco the amount of goodness and great people in the world. Great things happening and great people in the world as well. So this concludes the read, and I trust and hope that it assists you for your highest good. May you transform this message and apply it to your life, or have this conversation with someone you love or you care about. Later.